Everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here from NBC Sports Bay Area. 49ers had their second open OTAs practice of the offseason, and it was um, a lively one. I guess they've all been pretty lively, but it's been fun to see them back out there. Christian McCaffrey back out doing his thing, looks fast, looks healthy. Trent Williams was a return, so he's a guy that we haven't seen recently. He showed up for the Navy SEALs team building part of OTAs, but now he's back on the field. And I did post a video on all of my social media outlets or social media, whatever handles, and him pancaking poor teammate. So just want to talk a little bit about practice. There were some good plays, there were some bad plays. Demarcus Robinson is the real deal. I think he's going to be a great player for the 49ers. It's just, whether he's going to be suspended or not. Unfortunate DUI case against him, and who was charged, and goes against the substance abuse policy of the NFL, and also probably goes against policy and image of the NFL. So 49ers did some 11 on 11 work. They kept their helmets on, so it wasn't just walkthrough pace. They also did some 7 on 7s. Brock Purdy got a lot of work in. Mac Jones did as well, Tanner Mordecai. But it was definitely good to see Trent Williams out there, dressed in his gear, ready to go. All the linemen had their bulky, big helmets on. But it was a good day. Did not see Juwan Jennings on the field, but he was in the weight room. Nick Bosa also had a day of rest, so he was in the weight room, and then he came out to watch practice. Guys like George Kittle doing individual drills, same with Fred Warner, not participating in the team stuff. Christian McCaffrey, though, has been participating, and he's been out there quite a bit. Doing a lot of individual work, a lot of timing work, not necessarily a bunch of 11 on 11 work, but he does look fast. I mean, he really looks like he did before the 2023 season. That was the year he got the Offensive Player of the Year. So Christian McCaffrey looking good. Some of the big plays today. Deommodore Lenoir had a really nice PBU on the first play of 11 on 11s. And Christian McCaffrey ran the ball twice, as did Patrick Taylor. The next little session, it was Mac Jones tried to throw it deep and did not connect. I think it was Kyle Juszczyk. It was kind of deep over to the left side. Patrick Taylor ran the ball there. And one of the best catches of the day was Jacob Cowing. It was from Mac Jones. It was over to the left side, kind of an arching deep pass, but Jacob Cowing slipped. Looked like he was going to kind of face down in the grass, recovered, got back up, and caught a one-handed catch right next to the sideline inbounds. So, I mean, Jacob Cowing probably had the catch of the day. Tanner Mordecai handed off to Isaac Guerrero. Brock Purdy went back in. Really almost a really great catch by Demarcus Robinson, but it was rolled out of bounds on the sideline, and it looked like it was low, but he kind of dove for it. But apparently the line judge over there said it was out of bounds. D. Winters had an amazing play as well. Broke up a pass to, I'm still getting used to everybody's numbers, to Isaiah Hodgins. Broke up a pass, and Fred Warner went nuts, running up and down the sidelines. Pass breakup, just got his hand in there. Let's see. Brock Purdy connected with the Demarcus Robinson on another play. Renardo Green was in coverage. Not going through every single rep, but Mac Jones had a pass that was headed for, let's see, all new numbers. Good Lord, and I need glasses. Russell Gage Jr. And it was intercepted by Derek Canteen. Now, when I asked Daniel Bullocks yesterday about who is stepping up at safety, Derek Canteen was one of the guys that he mentioned. He also mentioned Jason Pinnock, Richie Grant. Now, Richie Grant had a good day. Richie Grant broke up a couple passes, 2 in a row, 2 that were from Brock Purdy. One was headed for Ross Dwelly, and the other one was intended for, I hate that I do this, Isaiah Hodgins. It was a little bit low pass, but he got his hand in there. So Richie Grant is a guy that probably could take over if Renardo if Malik Mustafa is not ready. Now, I did see Malik Mustafa out on the field, and I got to say, he looks like, and he was doing light jogging, he was moving around, but looking at the way his left leg moves versus his right leg, it's not straightening completely yet, which means there is still a lot of rehab to be done. So, when they make those repairs to ACL ligaments, it obviously is shorter. They want to make sure it's shorter so that it's tight and not loose. So it does need to get some more rehab. But looking at the way his left leg works, and I'm not a doctor, just saying left leg versus right leg where the injury happened, it's not straightening completely yet. He's walking on it, not limping at all, even weight. I'm just saying that there is still work to be done. The surgery happened right at the end of the season, right after the end of the season. So I do think that'll be some time. I don't think he'll be ready for week 1, but you never know. He could be ready for training camp. I'm not a doctor. So, but just watching him walk, the leg was not straightening out completely. Chase Lucas also had a really good day. He broke up 2 passes from Tanner Mordecai. At the end of practice, got his hand on both passes. But I think, those are and also those Richie Grant and Chase Lucas pass breakups. We're doing 7-on-7s. So no linemen in there. Saron Neal was back in the lineup. He didn't do a whole lot on the field, but he was missing from practice earlier. So it was an interesting day. Now, after practice, Nick Bosa talked to us, as well as Mac Jones and Brock Purdy. Nick Bosa said, Mykel Williams is probably one of the most open to learning rookies that he's been around since he's been in the NFL. So I think that's a great sign that Mykel Williams is going to learn from Nick Bosa, really be an option for the opposite side, along with Bryce Huff. Now, we did see Bryce Huff for the first time. I actually didn't get any video of him because I was on the offensive side of warmups and Matt was on the defensive side. So I'll get some video of Bryce Huff, who is going to wear number 47, or he is wearing number 47 as of right now. Weird number for an edge rusher. But anyways, wearing number 47 for now. He did some light work with the defensive line. He was actually number 47 when he was with the Jets. So those were his best years in the NFL, undrafted free agent. So usually they get the last pick of the numbers. Number 47, though, John Lynch. So not a great looking number for a defensive lineman, but it's a really great safety number. I mean, John Lynch was number 47. So he was number 0 when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles, where he won a Super Bowl, even though he was a healthy scratch. But I'm sure he wants to put that year behind him. So probably not going to be number 0 again, because Ronaldo Green is 0, but not sure if he'll change his number. 47 is what he wore with the New York Jets. So he could stick with that. But just watched, a lot of the defensive linemen. CJ West was out there, Mykel Williams. Alfred Collins is still taking care of that calf. They want to make sure he's good for the long haul and not, have him ready for OTAs and then hurt himself again and have a longer recovery through training camp. So they want to make sure he's healthy. Make sure he's ready, hopefully, for training camp. It's an injury that happened during his pro day. Still did not see Ricky. Why can I not say names today? It's been a long day. Have not seen Ricky Pearsall. I did hear that he was in the weight room, but not out on the field. We have not seen Brandon Ayuk. I also know he is in the building, but he has not been on the field, not been within eyes scope of the media at all. But outside of that, looks like everybody's pretty much back and working out in the classroom. Brock Purdy said, I asked him, I'm like, how important is it that you've got Demarcus Robinson and Juwan Jennings in there to be the veteran leaders in this new group of wide receivers? Because no Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk is going to take some time to make it back. But Leonard Hankerson did tell Matt Maiocco yesterday that Brandon Ayuk has been, a coach in the room, and that's what he's asked him to do. He needs to be involved in the wide receivers room. And, I think Brandon Ayuk will step up to that challenge, being there for guys like Jacob Cowing, like Ricky Pearsall, guys that they drafted. So I think that, they've got leadership in the room. They've just got to get them going. And the guy that Brock Purdy said has been really standing out to him is Jordan Watkins. So Jordan Watkins is a guy who the 49ers drafted, and kind of size wise, a little bit bigger, compared to Jacob Cowing, who's a little bit smaller, Ricky Pearsall, a little bit more thin. But Jordan Watkins is a guy that could have a bigger role because the wide receivers room is kind of in flux. Yes, if Demarcus Robinson does happen to miss some games, Jordan Watkins is a guy that could step in. Ricky Pearsall still not practicing because of that tweaked hamstring. He could be healthy enough to participate during rookie minicamp, but they probably won't put him out there for reps just because they want to make sure he stays healthy and rehabs it the right way. Isaiah Nair is another guy who's a big kind of DK Metcalf. He said he watched Des Bryant a lot, bigger guy in the wide receivers room. He also, guy who was an undrafted free agent who looks the part. Junior Bergen, another guy who is the returning specialist. He's a guy who could also play a role as a receiver. So another guy who's young, who, looks like he has a lot of energy is Nick Martin. Really been around Fred Warner a lot, asking lots of questions, acting like a sponge. So, arrows are all pointing up for all these rookies, but they do, Nick Bosa said it best, maybe we're not at real football yet. I asked Chris Kasarik yesterday, hey, how are these rookies been? He's like, they're doing what they can so far, but we won't really know until the pads go on for training camp. So obviously during training camp, there's a few unpadded practices before they put them on. Then it really becomes football when they put the pads on during training camp. And then we'll really see, who has separated themselves, who are the men among the men and the boys who are among the men. So looking forward to training camp, of course, but two more open practices, and that'll be during mandatory minicamp. That's Tuesday and Wednesday next week's the 10th and the 11th. So we'll see how it all goes. Interesting to see who makes it out there, who's catching passes, and we'll get to see all the 11 on 11 drills and everything else. So leave me questions, leave me comments who you'd like to see. I'll try and take some more videos of, individuals. We are not allowed to take any video during teamwork at all. So I can only describe them to you and tell you who played well. So that's all I've got for you today. Happy Wednesday. I'll try to analyze my notes a little bit more and give you a little bit more detail, maybe on the plays tomorrow. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Hope you all are well.